Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this unplanned video. I probably should have planned this video. I probably should have been prepared for this, but I wasn't. We all knew that the final chapter of The Undertaker's last ride was going to be shown today, and I think we all expected there to be some sort of reveal or announcement, and there kind of was. There sort of was. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that The Undertaker has declared his retirement. I would say that's not quite accurate. I watched it. I'm a big Undertaker fan. I actually watched the whole episode and the ending in particular a couple of times just to really take it all in, take it on board. And what he said was never say never. I mean, that's a really important start to this. Never say never. But as of this point in my life and in my career, I have no desire to get back in the ring. He said this time, the cowboy finally rides away. Now, I totally understand how people look at that and say he's retired, okay? But there is a big asterisk that has to be put next to that. Because also in the episode, he said that he would consider coming back if Vince needed him. Now, Vince is always going to need The Undertaker. Undertaker is guaranteed ratings. Undertaker is guaranteed merch sales, ticket sales, guaranteed everything, engagement, everything. You do not get many superstars in the history of wrestling that can compare with the impact that The Undertaker has. So I know that Vince is going to want to do right by Mark and he's going to want to do right by the Undertaker character. But if he really needs him for a big show, he's going to call him. And the one thing we've seen in this series is that when Vince calls Undertaker, he can twist his arm, he can bring him back, and I honestly think that Undertaker has got every intention to stay away, but I think Undertaker has had that intention quite a few times before. I think we've been down this road quite a few times before. So as of right now, I do believe The Undertaker, in his heart of hearts, believes this is the end. Is happy with that Extreme Rules match, happy with that Boneyard match, but he's come out and said that he will come back if needed, and I think he'll be needed. As well as that, there's a few other things. We know that The Undertaker was getting ready for a match against AJ, and it wasn't going to be a Boneyard match. They actually revealed this was going to be a normal wrestling match. It was going to be inside the stadium, obviously before COVID-19 struck. So we know that he was getting his body prepared for a proper wrestling match. And I just find it a little hard to believe that he would go without doing it in front of the fans. Not that I'm saying that's a problem. If this is how he wants to do it, you know, maybe it's too difficult to leave in front of the fans, but I'm surprised that it would end this way with a Boneyard match that was recorded and shown, you know. So that plays in the back of my mind. That could always be something used to bring him back. Plus the fact that he trained for a match against AJ, and they never did that match. I honestly think there's going to be a feeling of unfinished business. I could be wrong. There's another thing that plays on my mind as well as that. There is a tradition within wrestling that you lose your last match. Have a look at Stone Cold at WrestleMania 19. He lost to The Rock. Have a look at Kurt Angle the other year against Baron Corbin. That was his final match. Have a look at Ric Flair losing his match against Shawn Michaels. Have a look at Shawn Michaels losing his last match against The Undertaker. There is a very proud tradition in wrestling you lose your last match, you give back to the industry. Now, I understand that Undertaker has achieved so much that he can do whatever he wants, right? Even Vince has made that very, very clear. But this would just be another thing that would surprise me. Someone that is so passionate about wrestling, and that came through loud and clear. He would know that that is the tradition. You lose on your way out. His last match was a win. Boneyard victory over AJ Styles. And we've seen that AJ, just a few times, has still been haunted by that loss. Part of me really feels that there will be a rematch, a proper match, and it could take place at WrestleMania 37. AJ, Undertaker, the match that we should have got at WrestleMania 36. And honestly, with AJ losing in the Boneyard, I could see Undertaker giving AJ the win at WrestleMania 37. I really am heavily leaning that way. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying Undertaker has announced his retirement. As we said, there's definitely truth to that, and I think Undertaker might even believe that. But I genuinely don't think he's done. I really don't think he's done. Time and time again, we have seen this. You know, we've been here. They showed it all throughout. You know, he should have been done at 33. He should have walked away at 33, and he couldn't because the match wasn't good enough. There will always be something that's not quite right. Even if it feels right now, it might not feel right by the time WrestleMania season comes back around again. He was robbed of having that final performance with one of the best in the world in front of the fans. And I think this was meant to be his final match, which is why he's probably saying, you know, that this is the time to go, because this would have been it in front of the fans. But it didn't happen. It did not happen. So I expect to see Undertaker at Survivor Series. Maybe not in a match, but that will be the 30th anniversary of the debut of The Undertaker. I expect to see at least an appearance. And could it be there we start to build towards WrestleMania? Are they going to leave it real late? Maybe he skips this year. Maybe he is serious, deadly serious. And this really is the end. I mean, it is worth pointing out that in the build towards that Boneyard, his brother passed away, which is certainly news I wasn't aware of. As well as that, obviously, COVID-19, you know, changed all the plans. And on top of that as well, you know, we've got the fact that recent matches, you know, the match against Brothers of Destruction and DX, that match in particular against Goldberg, you know, they're not just bad matches now, they're getting dangerous. Like, age has definitely caught up with him. And even as we saw him training for this match that never happened against AJ, he said he has to work and train 10 times harder to just get a quarter of the results. And that's only going to get worse. So I totally understand that we are at the end. And he knows that as well. And if this is it, then so be it. But there's just a few things that don't quite sit right for me to say categorically he is done. I think there's at least one more match. Right now I do. I genuinely do. I think there's one more match. And I know people want him to face The Fiend. And I know that people would like to see him face Aleister Black or Seth Rollins. You know, there's lots of matches out there. But realistically, he's not got much left. I mean, he should have retired. He really should have retired. And maybe he has. But I just think that the COVID-19 may have given us one more year. And I can see a chapter 6 of The Last Ride. I can see there being at least one more chapter to this series because it's been such a success. Just think about, you know, Vince saying, let's do that final match. Let's do one more documentary where we document you training, building towards it, the fans after the match, we capture it all. You know, just think about the numbers that final documentary would get as well. So, again, it's a hard thing to walk away from. There's always money on the table. So, just wanted to share my thoughts. I thought this was a brilliant series, incredible series, one of the best things WWE have ever done. I think it's one of the best documentary series I've ever seen. I thought it was really, really interesting how Undertaker said that Boneyard matches are not easy to film. I was under the impression this could be a new lease of life for him, not as, you know, straining on the body. But Undertaker actually in this episode said, too much standing around, you kind of lose that adrenaline, and it's really hard because any aches or pains, you know, whilst you're waiting to get going again, you start to feel them. Whereas when you're in the moment, obviously you've got the adrenaline and you can't feel it as much. So I don't actually know if these cinematic matches are going to be something that extends his career further. It seems like it was quite a difficult experience filming the Boneyard. So I thought that was very, very interesting. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I just wanted to get my thoughts across. As I said, brilliant. Hashtag thank you Taker is trending right now, and rightfully so. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.